This year's TenTen Robson Orr Award went to Rachel Whiteread, who's one of our best-known artists. The print is called Untitled Bubble. It's really thinking about, of course, COVID and the global pandemic.
COVID, as we all know, was a profound thing that happened to the world and continues to happen.
We're talking about, COVID, we're talking about the difficulties of what COVID has meant for so many families and communities, and the bubbles within a bubble really kind of explains that visually in a rather approachable way.
The circles, they're almost like Petri dishes, so it could be about the virus itself, or they're about that reference to being in a bubble, a social bubble.
It's a fantastic print that layers imprints of domestic objects. I think a lot of people will know her for her casts, but she's always dealing with emptiness and what was there.
I used a different way of making the drawing by using some washing up liquid and various little tricks, which you get a kind of circle, but you also get this trace. It's almost like a residue of something, so it could be a residue of a disease or a residue of a memory. I think it's up to the person to take what they can from it.
I've obviously followed Rachel's work for a long time, so she'd always been on my radar as a fascinating artist. I feel that we're creating an important time capsule. Often when art is commissioned, it doesn't necessarily relate to a specific subject. What we're going to build is a great body of work that speaks about the UK and Great Britain over this extraordinary period of 10 years. I suspect that this body of work in time will become more and more important as people look back at it as a window into what that decade really meant.